Hi everyone, my name is Richie Averill, your mic drop host, and welcome back. This is our final video in the divorce series. If you have not watched the other videos in the series, you can click the link in the description box below and start from the beginning. And once again, we're joined by Joan Rogliano to talk about divorce in real estate. So Joan, is there a process that realtors should follow when they're working with these divorcing families?
There's no established process that I know of, but I think it's paramount that a realtor create a process so they're very comfortable, because there are probably going to be some bumps along the road working with this family to help them reach their goals. And so if you have your own process and feel very comfortable and organized, it'll be easier for everybody.
Very good, and I like that that there's no established process, so it kind of empowers an agent to create their own process that really works for them.
Right.
What if you're working with a divorcing family and there's one party that is just more difficult or very difficult to work with over the other? What do you do in that situation?
What you do is you rely on your other team members. We were talking about that in another video. And you kind of circle the wagon, so to speak, and talk with your legal provider and maybe the financial advisor and so forth to explain to them what the situation is, so they are very well aware, and sometimes they can have a conversation with this difficult person and give them the boundaries,
Okay.
legal boundaries even.
Right.
So it's just working collaboratively.
I like that word, collaboratively.
It's important.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some ways, or what is your guidance for realtors to reduce their legal exposure during and post-divorce?
Two suggestions. The first is to work on selling the property, work as a transaction broker, which makes you a neutral party. But
Okay.
again, I caution every broker needs to speak with their managing broker to be sure that that works with their company policy. And so that alleviates a little of your possible liability, and also be really, really organized and document with a capital D.
Yes, absolutely. Document everything.
Yeah.
Is it important for a realtor to acquaint themselves with the entire divorce decree when they're working with divorcing couples?
Yeah, that could be really cumbersome. What you want to really acquaint yourself with is the portion of the decree that applies to the marital home.
Okay.
And you want to do that even though this couple has explained to you what they understand the decree to say, because sometimes they're not understanding it correctly. So you need to read it for yourself.
Okay, very good to know. And oftentimes as realtors, we talk about wearing multiple hats. And sometimes in transactions, even when not working with divorcing couples, we play the role of like a counselor or a marriage counselor or dating counselor. What do you do when you're working with a divorcing couple and one party just takes up a lot of your time talking about the details about the divorce? Or trashing the other party?
Yeah, that's an excellent question, because it will likely happen on some level. And so you prepare yourselves for that and come up with a script. So when this happens, you can recognize it and say, okay, I've got to set up my boundaries and explain that you do have other team members who are counselors. You're happy to refer them to someone. Your job is to help them with the marital home and real estate, and draw them back to that conversation, and by no means get involved in anybody trashing anybody else.
Exactly.
That's not a winning situation.
And we have very rewarding jobs as realtors, but I'm curious to know what your rewards are when you're working with divorcing couples.
It's having a really satisfied client at the end who has made, both parties have made really informed decisions about what their next chapter is going to look like. It's diffusing, helping to diffuse a situation of, are they going to have a roof over their heads, which actually helps in a trickle-down effect to if they're children. If the parents are calmer, the children are calmer. It also, as far as growing your business, is a great niche, just speaking from a business perspective, because you've met a family, they're selling a home, they're likely each going to buy, so that's one contact and 3 transactions.
Exactly. Absolutely. Well, Joan, thank you so much for joining us and giving all this time to talk about divorce. And there you have it. A lot of great information about divorce in real estate. I hope that you enjoyed all of our videos. As I mentioned, this is the last video segment. So I hope you enjoyed it, and please leave a like and a comment of other video topics that you'd like for us to cover here on Mic Drops. We'll see you next time.